Welcome back to another episode of Unscripted, the go-to podcast for those flipping the script and taking the unexpected path. I'm your host, Jessica Bergio, holistic life and business coach, author, speaker, and self-proclaimed high-energy hype girl. Each week, I'm bringing you inside. No gatekeeping here. I'll touch on proven holistic business strategies, powerful mindset shifts that have led my clients through massive transformations, and no BS conversation with industry leaders designed to help you get out of your own way to actively pursue a life of purpose. If you're ready to ditch the limitations at the door, hit follow and get ready to be activated to step boldly towards your big goals. Now let's dive in. It's just me and you today. I'm so excited. I haven't had a solo drop in a few weeks, and you're probably wondering why. Where you been, Jess? If you are part of my email list or my text list, I'm pretty communicative over there. And during summer, I really just wanted to be super present with my son, and I really wanted to dive into some juicy conversations with amazing guests. One, because I'm a little selfish and I love to learn from other people who have done epic things. And this show is called Unscripted for a reason. So I have long since given myself permission to switch, ebb, and flow the direction of where the show goes, how I format it, whether it's with a solo and a guest each week, or whether there's a bunch of solos or a few guests. I hope you're okay with that. If you're here, you probably are. You know, I am very unscripted, and I love to just let inspiration and creativity strike when it does. And so a lot of times these solo episodes are born after I have an epic conversation with a guest on the show. So today is no different. And we've had quite the lineup of amazing guests on the show recently. Everybody from my good buddy, Matt Gottesman, where we dove into the real deal on podcasting. We talked a ton about how he's grown his show, how he's leveraged it, how he's really designed it to be a big part of his business. Same for myself. We had Ashley Stahl back on the show again. Both these people were on the show probably a year or so ago also. Ashley really was just a few months prior. But she really poured into us around how important TED Talks are for your business if you really want to have explosive growth, a little bit more so even than a podcast, she said. But we also did dive into the power of her podcast and what that's done for her and why and who she thinks podcasting is really for. That was a really good episode. She is an amazing person to interview. She's got such great energy. I really enjoy having conversations with her. And that's one of the coolest things that this podcast has gifted me with is friendship, a network of people that I can tap into who also get excited about creating conversations around value-packed content. And I'm like, yes, I get to do this. It's so cool. Trust me, even on times where I feel resistance to sit down and record, there are moments like connecting with other people that keep me inspired, keep me excited, keep me motivated. And that's why I've really leaned into guest episodes recently and dropped down to one episode a week because I wanted to create some expansive space this summer to spend more time with Kai, to sit and be. I haven't gifted myself that in a very long time as I travel back and forth to San Diego, my second home out there in Arizona with Scott. It looks like I'm always quote unquote traveling the world. Maybe you think I'm just taking what looks like a big fat Uber called Southwest to Arizona and back. But we've been spending much more time this summer in San Diego, obviously, because it's 3,000 degrees. With that being said, the family's all together in the house. It's difficult for me to sit down and record. I don't have a private studio anymore, but I just want to give you guys a little backstory / reasoning behind why we dropped to one episode a week, but really just to showcase some of these amazing people that I've met over the last couple of years because of this show, because of social media, because I've put myself out there. And I get so much good feedback from you guys. I really am so appreciative that you love following me on social media, that I somehow inspire you or motivate you by just showing my story, documenting the process of how I go about taking action on certain things, whether it's creating the mastermind that I did earlier this year and how I put together my retreats with so much intention on how I want to curate amazing people together and what value I really think about creating for people when it comes to creating content. We've also had amazing guests like Jess Glazer. She was on the podcast a few weeks back, and she's someone I've known for a really long time. I've met in person a couple of times and then also been connected with her through her programs, her courses. She's an amazing coach. We really talked about the reality of entrepreneurship. If you are on the show and you are an entrepreneur, which I assume you are, you will love that episode. So if you haven't been to the last several episodes, you should download all of those and really just take us for a walk. Take us in the car. If you've got some road trips coming up, we would love to keep you company. I had my friend Jody Brown on from the hair industry, where she's pivoted and transformed really her whole business and what it looks like by moving more into supporting hairdressers and people in the industry, educators specifically around how to grow their social media and leverage that for visibility and to create more sales and to really position themselves as an expert in the education space. Then we had one of my dear friends. She is a former client and mastermind client as well through my coaching programs about the power of events and investing in yourself when you're not quite sure what the ROI is going to look like, your return on investment. Sometimes we know we need to change something, but we're not quite sure that thing is going to be the catalyst or the thing that's going to help us. But we have some faith that they know a framework or there's some supportive aspect to that community that is going to reshape the way we are doing things currently. If you already had everything down to a science, you wouldn't need that support per se. But if you're human, support is the thing that keeps us all tied together. Community is the thing that keeps us all tied together. So putting yourself in rooms that feel really expansive, that feel maybe a little bit of a stretch for you or a lot of a stretch for you are the ways we know that we're going to grow. And that was something that we really talked about and that I got to watch and witness firsthand Kat really go through, along with several of my other clients who were originally one-on-one clients for an extended period of time and then moved into the mastermind group aspect of what I was teaching earlier this year. Both really powerful containers. When you commit to one-on-one coaching, there is no hiding from you and the coach, aka me. And if you've been here for a while, that tough love is kind of the form that I take where I'm going to show you a mirror and I'm going to hold you to what it is you say you want for yourself in your life. And I'm really going to listen. And I'm really going to repeat back to you the things I hear you saying, whether they are limiting beliefs or they are subconscious decisions that you're not quite made aware that you've made. And it's the reason why you have the results in your business that you have or you don't have. A lot of times it's easier to play small and stay in our comfort zones. And Kat was someone who did that for a really long time, even though I think she thought she was doing as much as she could in the corporate world. There came a point, and she tells the story in the podcast episode, where she was introduced to a women's event called Powerhouse Women with Miss Lindsay Schwartz. Shout out to her. And she didn't really know why she was going to go to this event. She was in corporate. This was more for entrepreneurs, big dreamers, but she knew that there was something on her heart that she was yet to fulfill. And she's young. She's in her early 20s, mid 20s, but she got herself into this room. And yes, it was a couple $100 investment. She had to fly to Arizona and probably get a hotel room and do all the things. But that one day event unlocked something within her that had her realizing her deepest potential and her desires and dreams. And what she did from that point forward was start investing in getting in more rooms like that, having more conversations with women, creating time and space for her to see what is possible for me. What skill sets do I have? What experiences do I already possess that I could turn into, say, a business and really create my own life from my lived experiences? And through coaching and through us discovering what it is she was passionate about, she started an events travel business where she now helps other entrepreneurs put on events and book travel and do all those sort of things that help really take a lot off the plate of a lot of her clients. And so having someone come into my world who still works in corporate, watching them leave their career of many, many years, the safety of that, and move into the entrepreneurial space and create a podcast and start making money, I was like, I love that I get to do this. It is such powerful work. It is work nonetheless. I have never worked harder in my life. I've never felt so much pride for what it is that I get to do either. And that is why I'm finally reopening my one-to-one spots. I took a pause during the summer because I wanted to spend more intentional time, like I said, with my son and my family here at the house. I've never been more present in my life, and it's been amazing. And I, with intentionality, knew I needed to slow down, especially after the first round of Unscripted, to then be able to speed up once he goes back to school. With that being said, what you can expect moving forward in the next couple of months is a special announcement around a podcast workshop that I'm going to be hosting, and that will be in Scottsdale, Arizona. I believe the tentative dates for that are going to be either October 5th or 6th. We're still deciding on whether we want it to be a Friday or a Saturday. So if you have any input on that, let me know. And then also our epic Cabo retreat. The Unscripted Cabo retreat is going to be the week of February 25th through March 1st in Los Cabos. If you don't know and you're brand new here and you're like, what, a retreat in Mexico? Yes, I have been going to this particular hotel for the last 10 years on and off, and I've been going to Cabo for the last 20 years, starting with my bachelorette party when I first got married at 25. Yes, I was married young. So I have a very deep love and connection with Mexico and with Cabo in particular. This small town and city has quickly become like my place of refuge when I need to disconnect from the world and reconnect with myself. And that's what we're going to do at the Unscripted retreat in Cabo. We have space for 20 women. The hotel is a small boutique style, kind of Mediterranean Mexico vibe. It's super bougie, but in the Mexico sense. They have an amazing coffee and juice bar. They have amazing food, live music. The bar is a vibe, but it's small, it's intimate. You can't get lost at this hotel. They have a beautiful pool, and you're just a few steps from the ocean, so you can walk down to the beach. They have something called Sur Cabo, which is their beach club, where we'll be spending our afternoons hanging out by the ocean, taking boat rides. There's opportunities to go snorkeling, stand-up paddling. We'll take a boat over to the Arch, to Lovers Beach, and spend some time over there. I have so many things in store. I don't know how we're going to jam it all in a week, but the cool thing about going on this retreat is you can participate in as much or as little as you'd like. This is going to be my most favorite time, and that is the week of my birthday. So we'll be celebrating my 44th birthday there as well during that week, because my birthday's on February 27th. But I would love nothing more than to have you come and spend my birthday with me. If it happens to be your birthday that week too, even more amazing of a treat. I know how the beginning of the year feels. January can sometimes feel like a catch-up month or an overwhelming month of all of the goals, all the things you want to do, catching up maybe from the last couple months of 2024. Having something at the end of February to really dive into what it is you want to create for the year, how you want to solidify your friendships moving forward, the ability to create space, kind of like I'm doing during the summertime now, to create some space so that when you get home from the retreat, you can take massive action focused on the goals that you want to bring into fruition in 2025. So those are what you have coming down the pipeline from me as far as offers, but my one-to-one spots are now available. That is what I'm focusing on because I so deeply love going deep with you guys. Sending you so much love on this show. It's always like my favorite thing to get to do with you. I feel like connecting with you is such a privilege for me. So if you see me on social media, say hi, leave me a message, tell me how you are resonating with the things that I'm putting out into the world. And if you had a chance to do the Unscripted Summer Challenge, let me know how that's going for you. Let me know if you participated and how I can support you even deeper with your health and wellness journey, because truly that is where the foundation is built and everything else is layered on top of that. So if you missed the Summer Unscripted Challenge, let me know. I'm happy to run another one. I do feel like having you guys come into this health and wellness container, which is a totally free community where we meet every single Monday to talk about our health and wellness goals and how they're supporting us in other ways of our life. Let me know and I'll send you the links for that too. Just text the word challenge to 619-332-3045. That's always down below in the show notes. And if you are interested in booking one-to-one sessions with me, you can do the discovery call down below, which is just a 15-minute free discovery call. Or if you know you're ready to book a session, you can also just go to my website and book on there or ask me directly for the link and I will send you that so you can book a session. You guys, I love you so much. I'm so stoked that we get to do this and live this wonderful life together. I hope you had an amazing summer and we are going to close out 2024 with a bang. I just know it. So if you or someone else would make an amazing guest that has lived an unscripted life and wants to come and share their story on the podcast, let me know. I'm always looking for really cool guests to have on the show. And if you have a podcast and you are looking for guests, I would love to come be a guest on your show. I love pouring into other people's communities and showing up and just teaching how I've made some shifts in my life that have really had a profound impact on the way I get to live and show up now that feel really juicy and expansive. So I'm always sending you guys so much love. Come hang out with me on social and tell me how you feeling, how you doing, all the things. See you on the next one.
Giving back is easy. Leave Unscripted your 5-star rating and written review. I appreciate your support more than I could ever put into words.